it's Mrs. Sanafort. I want to talk to you guys about go-togethers. Do you see my shirt? My shirt has different kinds of fingers. Do you have fingers? Show them to me. These are my fingers. Can you make your fingers go together? You can? If you can make your fingers go together, I bet you can make your sounds go together. And today we're going to be working on S with ooh. I'll be honest, for a lot of kids, this is the hardest go together. But for some kids, it's the easiest. It's so hard to guess. So we're going to be saying S, ooh, a lot of times. And I have some friends here to help us. I know what you're thinking. Pig starts with P. But you know what? I like to call pig swine. Can you say that again? Swine. Say it again with me one more time. Swine. He's a cute little swine, isn't he? And another friend is here. This friend is called a swan. In fact, his name is Juan. He's Juan the swan. Those words rhyme. Juan, swan. Juan, swan. They rhyme. So his name is Juan, and he's a really cool guy. So let's give him a thumbs up when we say Juan. And now we're going to say what he is. He is a swan. Good. Do that again. Swan. So, you know it's going to be a hard choice. You have to pick between this cute swan or this adorable swine. So hard to pick. If you want the swine, do this, because swine are kind of smelly. If you want the swan, do this, because swans can fly. Are you voting out there? Are you voting out there? Oh my goodness. You guys picked this. You picked the swan. Awesome. So our story is going to be about a swan. You know what that means? We have to say goodbye to the swine. Bye, swine. Okay, next we have to find out where the swan is. It's a little swan. So do you think the swan is on our swatter? I know. We called this a smacker a couple weeks ago. But today we're going to call it a swatter because you can swat with it. Let's practice saying swatter. Ready? Swatter. Again, swatter. Kind of sounds like water, doesn't it? Say water for me. I'll put it in this word, swatter. Swatter. Good job. Okay, so is he on a swatter? That could work, right? Or is he on a switch? Look here. This is my little tiny talker, and if you look really closely, there's a switch on here. I turned the switch and I could hear myself singing. Oh boy, turn off. Okay, so is our swan on the switch? Do you hear which in that word? I do. I hear which. So we can do this. Switch. Do it again. Switch. One more time. Switch. So, is our swan on the swatter or is our swan on the switch? If you pick swatter, I want you to swat at me. Swat like this. If you pick switch, do this. Like you just turn on a switch. Ooh, oh. I think most of you picked switch. How cool. So our swan is on the switch. What a cute little swan. Okay, that means we gotta say goodbye to our swatter. Goodbye, swatter. Now, what does the swan on the switch want? Is he hungry? Does he want a sweet? That looks tasty, doesn't it? It's a sweet treat. Boys and girls, sweet has the word wheat hiding in it. And wheat kind of blows in the wind. So let me hear you say wheat. Now let's add that S sound and turn wheat into sweet. Ready? Here we go. Sweet. Again. Sweet. One more time. Sweet. Great job. So this is our sweet. Maybe our swan wants a sweet. Or does our swan want a wetter? Not a wetter. What am I saying? This is not a wetter. It's a sweater. When something is wet, it feels like it has water on it. But if there's a lot of water on it, it got even wetter. So let's do this. Wetter, wetter, wetter. Now let's say sweater with our s sound at the beginning. Ready? Sweater. Good. Again. Sweater. One more time. Sweater. I like that. Good job. So, what do you think? Are you voting out there? Voting. I forgot to tell you how to vote. It's Friday afternoon and my brain is a little tired. Okay, if you want sweater, that means you want to be warm. Hey, look, I'm wearing a sweater right now. So if you want a sweater, do this. If you want a sweet, do this. Right on, boys and girls. That's what I would pick too. You guys picked a sweet, didn't you? You didn't want the sweater. Bye-bye, sweater. You wanted a sweet. Dun, 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 dun. So our swan is on the switch, and he wants a sweet. But he can't get it. He needs help from a friend. Who do you think will help our swan get his sweet? Will it be this sweat bee? Remember we said wetter? How about if we just do this for wet? Just a little bit wet. Yeah. Now do this. Sweat. Good. Sweat. One more time. Sweat. And now we have to say bee. What can we do for bee? Bee. Let's do that. Sweat bee. Nice. So that's what you could do if you wanted the sweat bee. Just do this, because it's like it's stinging you. All right, maybe the swan will get help from this swamp thing. It's a guy from the swamp. Now, when I say swamp, I hear whomp in it. Can you say whomp? Good. Now do this. Swamp. Good. Do it again. Swamp. One more time. Swamp. It's a swamp thing. So we could do this. Swamp thing. If you want the sweat bee, do this. Little sting. If you want the swamp thing, do this. Ooh, big choice. The sweat bee or the swamp thing. Looks like you guys picked swamp thing. Ooh, this might be a scary story. Okay, so we have to say goodbye to our sweat bee. Boys and girls, are you ready for the story? Once there was a swan who was stuck on a switch. He was sad because he couldn't get his sweet. So he yelled for his friend, swamp thing, swamp thing, swamp thing. Guess what happened? The swamp thing came and brought the swan his sweet. That was a good story. Can we act it out? Everybody, stand up. Get ready. We're going to act this out. Once there was a swan, and the swan was stuck on a switch. The swan called for his friend, the swamp thing. Swamp thing, swamp thing. And along came the swamp thing and gave the swan his sweet. The swan loved his sweet. Boys and girls, that was such a great story. I don't want to forget it. You know what I should do? Put it down on paper. I don't have any paper, but what I do have is this nice marker board behind me. So I'm going to put you on my swivel chair. Look, this is my swivel chair. Don't believe me that it swivels? Get ready. See, it swivels. So you guys can watch me put this story down with a marker on my marker board. Okay, are you ready? It was about a swan, right? Let's see if I can draw a swan. I'll do my best. Okay, all right. Oh, kind of looks like a swan. There was a swan, and he was on a switch. The swan on the switch wanted a sweet. The swan on the switch couldn't get his sweet. So he got help from this swamp thing. Oh, the swamp thing with his teeth. Oh, swamp thing. Okay, I did it. I put our story down with a marker. But I'm not sure anybody who came along would know our story. You know what really works well? Words. I'm going to write words on this marker board. And then anybody who knows how to read can come along and know our wonderful story. Here we go. A swan was on a switch. He wanted a sweet treat. I just have to call it a sweet treat because it rhymes. Sweet treat. Okay. A swamp thing helped him. All right, I did it. I got all the words of our story down. Now, isn't it neat how I can put words on the marker board with my marker? There's something I didn't tell you. You know all those words that we worked on? They all begin with these two letters, S and W, because S says S and W says W. So if we look and we find words that start with S and W, those are words to practice. Words that start with SW. I see one right here. It's the word swan. Boys and girls, we're going to move our bodies for every sound in the word swan. Are you ready? I'm moving my swivel chair. Here we go. We're going to get sweaty. I like to exercise. Okay, we are going to jump out for every sound, like this. Wah. Ah. Well, let's do that again. I think I can even do better with my sounds. Here we go. Ooh. Ah. That first time I said, wah, it should really be, ooh. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so that's swan. Let's see if we can find another one. Ooh, I see the word switch. How about if I switch arms for every sound? Here we go. S, woo, eh, sh. That was so good. Do it again with me. S, woo, eh, sh. Awesome. Ooh, so good. Now let's do the next word. It's sweet. I love sweet so much. I'm going to jump for every sound. S, woo, e, t. Yay, I love sweets. Let's do it again. S, woo, e, t. Awesome. The last one is the word swamp. Swamp. Oh, remember we said womp before? Let's do one of those womps for every sound. S, woo, ah, All right, switch legs. Oh yeah, you heard right. Switch legs. S, woo, ah, Awesome. I'm getting sweaty. I'm going to take off my sweater and we're going to dance to a song called Gonna Make You Sweat. All right, here we go. We don't have much time. We're gonna be swans and swamp things. And we're gonna swivel. And we're gonna be a sweat bee. We're gonna eat sweets. And we're gonna swivel. Boys and girls, I'm out of time. I'll see you later. Bye.